What is going on? Happy Friday, ladies and gents. BTL episode 112 piece. Hold the fry. Joined here by my guy Jovan, as always, and the Degen. Always love having you on here on Fridays. How we doing, gents?
Doing great. Love to be on.
Great. Doing great. How about them Hurricanes last night? Maybe the sweatiest sporting event I've ever watched in my entire life.
Yeah, had no business being that sweaty. I mean,
Holy
dominated
shit.
them the entire game. It's wild.
Holy shit. I hope everyone in chat cashed. I hope everyone over on the TikTok cashed, running it live right now. We've got some heads in there. So what's going on? Hop over to the Twitch, though, if you want to get the full experience, okay? We're going to be diving in balls deep to the card all weekend, okay? Here's what we got today. We got a new Drake and 21 album, which is fire. Degen, I don't know if you listen to that stuff or if you just listen to, The Who or Van Halen's.
Hey. I got great taste in music. I was never a big
I'm sure you do.
But no, I didn't know Drake had a new album. Thank you.
Okay. Well, you're welcome. And it's fire. Okay. So if you guys haven't listened to that, go check that out. 11-0 in BTL squad rides. How about it? They said it couldn't be done. Well, it continues to be done night in, night out. No one else is doing this shit. Put some respect on our names and let's keep cashing. All right. Let's keep grinding. Let's keep cashing. Today's going to be tough. The games suck, but there's a couple that I like. So we'll be okay. All right. I honestly hated yesterday more. I really did. So I think we'll be okay today, Jovan. There's a couple plays I like. Yesterday, I didn't like shit. And you came through at the end of the stream. I didn't know what the fuck we should put in there. And you said, you know what? Hurricanes are winning against my Lightning. As soon as I heard that, I knew that shit was hitting. And it should not have been that sweaty. Should have been 6-3. They outshot them 60-25. Vasilevsky had his career high in saves ever and still lost. How about it? Insane. Absolutely insane. It's Friday. Let's have a motherfucking day. Vibes are up. All right. We're going to build the weekend cheat sheet. We're going to go over college football. The Gen listens to Hall & Oates. That's disrespectful. Jesus Christ. That's like some shit my mom has on like CDs from back in the day. Unbelievable. We're going to talk these disgusting college football games. We're going to talk NBA. There's no World Series on today. I think there's a couple hockey games as well. What else? What am I missing? Oh, yeah. We're going to do the weekend cheat sheet, which you guys love, which have been absolutely printing coins. And we're going to do the BTL squad ride, as always. Okay? Absolutely stoked for today, gentlemen. Absolutely stoked. Hope you brought your A game because I'm ready to roll. All right?
Always.
Hope you guys have some plays you like. Before we dive in, wanted to brag a little bit here real quick. This was last November. We're running this back. This is the beginning of college basketball. We're running this shit back. All right? This is linked to all my sports books. Nothing you can fucking manipulate or change here. We're running the shit back. All right? So let's build the bankroll. We got college basketball on Monday. I'm so fucking excited. I don't know if you guys heard the news, but Graham EK did just get hurt. So we don't know how long he's going to be out for Wyoming, but I did just lock in San Diego State plus a hundo to win the Mountain West. Or is it Mountain West? It's Mountain West. All the other books have already adjusted to minus 150-ish, but DraftKings was lacking. I caught him lacking. So let's get some fucking revenge for that shitty prop I told everyone to fade last night that smacked. All right? And I owe you guys a winner for that too. All right? I knew that was coming. I speak up, I talk shit, and then the fucking promo hits. That's how it always goes. Whatever. I still think my thought process was correct. Fuck the books. It's us against them. So let's attack again today and strike. We're not losing 2 days in a row. All right? We didn't lose coin yesterday. We went 3-3. Let's carry the momentum. We're hitting bets. All right? Let's stay hot, gentlemen. Let's stay hot. That game last night was kind of how we expected it, Jovan. Kind of how we expected it, where the Eagles were kind of always, after that first touchdown from Houston, once they got a lead, they were kind of always up. It was never really stressful, and they ended up covering barely, but they did. So shout out the Texans for covering. Davis Mills didn't look great. Pierce did. That dude's a fucking wrecking ball. He's awesome.
Yeah.
It reminds me of Zeke when he came in his rookie year. Just untackleable. Awesome. So I want to ask you, gentlemen, the Eagles are 8-0 for the first time in franchise history. Fuck the Eagles. I'm going to say that as a Commanders fan. But are you guys believers in this team? I want to know, okay? Best record that they've ever had to start the season. but they still have the third shortest odds to win the Super Bowl. The Bills have half as short of odds at plus 400 still. And the Bills haven't even looked great, to be honest with you. At least of late, they really have not looked that sharp. And then the Chiefs still have shorter odds as well, even then the Eagles are undefeated. So the books aren't really respecting them yet. Probably for good reason, in my opinion. This is who they've beaten this year, okay? They've beaten the Lions by 3. They've beaten Kirk Cousins in primetime. They've beaten the Commies. They've beaten Trevor Lawrence and the Jags. They've beaten the Cards without D-Hop, Cooper Rush, the Steelers, and the Texans. That's their wins this year. Same shit as last year. Remember last year they had a cakewalk at the end of the season. They were on fire and ended up making the playoffs. And then they got absolutely stomped by your Bucks, Jovan, when they had to play an actual good team. So is the same thing going to happen this season? / what are your guys' thoughts on this Eagles team? Are they legit? Let's start with Jovan.
Well, here's the thing. You got to give them credit for, winning games that they should win, because that's all they've had so far. And you got to give them a little bit of credit for that. Do I think they're an 8-0 team that deserves, more respect than the Bills or the Chiefs? No, but they deserve the credit for winning the games they have to win. And with the NFC the way that it is, there's not really teams there to compete with them. So it's their conference at this point to lose, which is not really saying much. So it's they'll be in the position to do the same that a legit team would do.
Mm-hmm.
Do I think that they're an elite, team that's this good and putting up, historic numbers that are better than, any team that we've seen in recent history? No. I mean, they're a good team, and just that's that. I'm not too impressed.
Yeah. What do you think?
I would agree as far as being not I have my doubts. And it's I think it's wise of you to always look at the odds and how teams are valued in that sense, because I remember last year the Bills really, they lost to the Jags. They got killed by the Colts, and the odds makers never really plummeted their odds and made them a really appealing price. And I always thought to myself, man, maybe they see something I don't. And then I really think at the end of the day, they could have won the Super Bowl and should have won the Super Bowl. I don't think the Eagles are that team, but I actually do think they are legit and they are good. I think they're a pain in the ass. It's kind of reminding me of when Lamar Jackson won the MVP. It was really smart of Greg Roman and the Ravens to let their egos go and realize, all right, this is our guy. Let's put an offense around him that works. They only had 25 plays. It wasn't a really complex playbook. But I remember watching the Eagles in person when I met you, Krabs, and I was watching their plays and everything they did, and they utilized all of their players on offense. They utilized their strength to perfection. And even just getting their guys in one-on-one coverage and actually taking shots down the field, those are things that teams are so scared of doing. The Bears finally just figured out that Justin Fields can run. That fucking blows my mind. Yeah, exactly. It blows my mind. And, finally you see Taylor Heineke, at least he's throwing balls to his best players. That's what I don't understand with teams. So I thought Sirianni's kind of a goofball of a coach. I wasn't really a big believer in him. That's kind of the apprehension I had with investing on the Eagles. But everything I've seen from them so far offensively, I like Jalen Hurts. I thought it was a great draft pick as insurance. He's just a guy I find myself rooting for. So I think they're a problem, but do I think they're actually going to make a run into the Super Bowl? No, I don't.
Super Bowl prediction right now. Who do you got?
Oh, fuck. Oh, Jovan, you go first. I've given it zero thought, really.
On the spot.
Stick with my gut. Stick with my gut that I said at the beginning of the year. Give me the Chiefs.
Chiefs. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, but who are they playing? Who are they playing?
I mean, I'd have to say the Eagles at this point, just because I don't believe in anybody else in the NFC. I really don't. And that's
49ers?
No, I don't believe in the 49ers. I'm not there yet. I still need to see more from them. On paper, it's very scary what that offense can be with Christian McCaffrey, but I need to see it on a consistent basis, especially with Debo. Debo's hurt. Is he going to come back soon? I don't even know. I don't know the status of that, but again, am I going to trust them to beat the Eagles, who are not that great, but they're better than them? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I think Bills Niners. If I had to give you, I would give the Niners a slight edge, maybe just experience wise in the playoffs. But yeah, it's fucking tough. I mean, the NFC is so down this year. I wouldn't sleep on the Cowboys. I really wouldn't sleep on the Cowboys.
Agreed.
If you gave me a free bet right now and said you got to place this on an NFC team, it would be the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Damn, bro.
You
probably get some
hate to
value
hear
too.
that. Yeah,
I do. Yeah, I definitely do. But that's okay. And I don't disagree. That defense is debatably the best in the NFL.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go Chiefs 49ers. I believe in this 49ers team. I think they showed what they're going to be last week. But like Jovan said, we need to see some consistency. All right. I'm kind of with you guys too. I mean, we just don't really know what's good with this Eagles team. They're not like the Chiefs, who have been, a dominating force for 5 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is new. I am a Jalen Hurts guy, though. I am.
Yeah.
And I've been very impressed with his accuracy improvements this season, even last season, too. His rookie year was atrocious. Last year was okay. This year is great. So probably A.J. Brown. That definitely helps. That dude's huge. I thought that was a terrible move, going out to get him. I was wrong. Great move.
Did you really? You thought it was terrible?
Yeah, because I was like, why are they going away from the run? Why are they trying to do what the Ravens are doing, where they try to pass more, even though they have Lamar, the most electric dual threat quarterback out there, right? I was like, why are they trying to force Jalen Hurts to use his weakness, right?
Yeah.
Which is throwing. But
it's true.
He looks much improved in the pocket this season. And, when times get tough and when they need to get a win, he's still going to be able to use his legs. And honestly, he'll probably be more fresh at the end of the season because of it. So I think it's worked out incredibly, and I was incorrect. That was a bad take by me. All right.
I only like that because it was an anti-Packers move, and I'm a Packers hater and an Aaron Rodgers hater. And it's just like they're so – I don't know what it is, like pretentious. Oh, we're too good to make a move for a receiver. We'll be fine. They struck gold with Devontae Adams. I'll give him credit for that. But outside of that, they've done nothing. So I thought it was kind of cool that the Eagles were like, fuck this. We're going to go get a stud wide receiver. But, yeah, I kind of see I see your point, though.
Yeah, and don't sleep on the Manders, too. Don't sleep. All right. All right. Well, let's cut the shit and let's dive into the games today because we got a lot of work to do. All right, gents. Let's go to the gridiron tonight. Might as well get the disgusting college football slate out of the way. Oof. I know you guys got to have at least one play up your sleeve. Duke, BC. I don't want anything to do with this game. I'm out. I'm not betting it unless you guys love something and hold me at gunpoint to bet it. I'm not touching shit. Any opinions on this one?
God, no. You see that line move to Duke is insane.
Yeah, what's up with that, dude?
Wasn't it 9.5 to 10.5? Is it higher?
It's 11.5 now.
Oh, it's I just heard this in my stream. Boston College's starting quarterback is out. They have 4 other guys that haven't cleared up protocol.
Holy shit!
Yeah, I mean that line post look ahead was 4.5. That's what I saw. So I mean that move, and I'm seeing 12.5 now too.
Yeah, but if their quarterback is out and he's one of their best players, actually.
I'm not saying it doesn't make sense. It's just like I don't care to get involved when it's that big of a discrepancy.
They scored a field goal against UConn.
Yeah.
That's
absurd.
That's amazing. I was going to take him because it was contrarian, but I really don't want to force it. So, no, I'm staying out.
Yeah.
Speaking of UConn.
Yes.
Let's head to UConn.
Great.
I want to take UMass tonight. Don't know shit about their team. I know they're an absolute joke, a laughingstock of college football. I know UConn is coming off of a huge game. They're coming off of a huge win, like we just said, against Boston College, right? Huge win. This team has been a covering machine all season. They're 7-2 ATS. They've covered their last 5 games. They're 4-5 when everyone expected UConn to be very, very shitty again, like they always are. UMass hasn't won a game in fucking 84 years. From what it seems like, they're sitting at 1-7. They're getting 15.5 points here. The money splits I like too. They're getting almost twice as much handle as they are bets, but it's still under 50%. I want to take UMass. My square buddies are already locking in UConn after that big win against BC, right? No, thank you. Buy low on maybe the worst team in D1 and sell high on UConn, who's right there with them, but they've just been overperforming. That's my opinion.
Jovan?
I'm in. I'm just not betting this game because I would rather stick a fork in both my eyeballs. But if I had to take a side, maybe it would be UMass just because I think it's going to be a lower scoring game and they're bad. UConn's bad. I don't trust in this team.
Total's coming down.
Yeah, but I mean,
total's coming down.
Yeah,
it is coming down. I mean, the under. I've seen it a lot, but it's probably a smart play in this game. But I don't want to put any part of it.
The one thing that makes me lean UMass is I don't see the line moving, but I'm seeing UConn is getting more bets. So it's a line freeze that always makes me lean towards the contrarian side. And then on top of that, with the total trending down, I like the big dog, but absolutely zero desire. Also, you got to keep in mind UConn being 4-5, they are 7-2 ATS. So I think you're an average bettor would probably look at that and already side with them against a team like UMass, who's 3-5 ATS, but no interest in getting involved.
Yep, I'm getting involved. I'll do it for you guys. Go ahead and add UMass plus 15.5 to my card. They might win outright.
Okay.
All right. There's an actual real football game being played tonight. Thank God. Although it's potentially going to be gross. There's some weather concerns. There's some wind concerns. Oregon State is ranked still somehow. They got off to a hot start to begin the year that nobody expected. Now they're sitting at 6-2. Washington, kind of the same. They got off to a hot start that pretty much only Jovan really expected at the beginning of the year. What a call. But they've kind of been struggling of late too. They've only won 2 of their last 4. And they haven't covered in 4 weeks, but they did come off of 2 wins against Arizona and Cal. They didn't look great. They don't look great. I feel like they've lost a little bit of their mojo. But this could be a good get-right spot here at home. I like Washington here. It's, your simple system of don't overthink it. It's an unranked team as a decent-sized favorite against a ranked team. Play them. Don't overthink it. Lock it in. Squares will be on the ranked team getting plus chick. That's kind of where my head's at. I might be on Penix tonight, but I want to hear what you guys have to say. I think Washington covers here. The line's moved 2 points. Give me the Huskies. Jovan?
Yeah, I might just stick with the under. It's kind of my better play that I think here. Because honestly, I was expecting Oregon State to be a little more public, but they're not. That was pretty surprising to me.
Same.
But I mean, with the weather concerns and everything, I think that Penix and that kind of air raid-ish style offense is going to struggle for a little bit. So maybe lean a first half under, because I think they struggle out of the gate early a little bit. First half under Oregon State first half, and maybe they settle in come second half time. But this total, I mean, even with the weather concerns, the total for these 2 teams sitting, 54.5 and continuing to drop is pretty telling of what to expect from this game. So I think both offenses are going to struggle at least for some part of the game. So I like the under a little more.
These teams have both been over machines all season. These teams are offense first. We know that. But when they play against each other, they seem to go under. Since going back to 2019, all their games against each other have gone under. So, Jovan, I do like the under here, right? 2 big offenses. Nobody wants to take a fucking under at 10:30 on a Friday night either. And you think of these 2 teams, you think points, right? Yeah. Maybe not tonight. And that line's moved down 6 points.
Yeah.
Is it too late?
That's my concern. I would like it. I guess the weather. So late to weather information. And then you also got to worry too. Sometimes it becomes a little bit too of a public narrative. You know what I mean? So I always get worried about the weather plays. I certainly don't hate it. I'd probably side with the favorite here. Like Jovan said, I'm surprised they're public. I thought more people would be on the ranked dog. I saw earlier in the week when I looked at these lines on Tuesday, I saw the open 4 and I saw it got down to 3.5. Now Washington being 4.5. I do like that. I don't know if there's some sort of injury or something to make it move a point. I'll probably just watch and see what happens up until kickoff. If Washington stays at 4.5, gets a little juice, looks like it's moving to 5, I'll probably play Washington. But other than that, I really have no interest in getting involved in any of these games.
Damn, that's soft.
I know.
It's Friday. Come on.
It's an ugly board.
It is an ugly board. Just like yesterday, it sucks. It is what it is. Jovan, you like the under better than Washington? You think Washington could be some
unless we see that
here?
Yeah, unless we see that late move to kind of 5 or 5.5. If that is the case, then yes, I would definitely lean towards Washington. But if not, roll with the under.
Somebody commented, by the way, winds are supposed to drop to only 4 miles an hour by 11 p.m. Eastern. So that would change everything, because the wind is what affects the totals. The rain really doesn't do much. The rain and the cold.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's tough.
So maybe we wait to lock this one in until before kick.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Pending on the weather. All right.
Yeah.
Let's go to the ice. And we've got some questions coming on the TikTok. People asking about LSU tomorrow. We will get to that very, very soon, my guy.
Yep.
If you guys have questions in chat, obviously fire them off. If you have questions on the TikTok live stream, fire them off as well. Let's go to the ice. 2 disgusting games tonight. Probably won't spend much time on it. I don't like shit. I tried to find something I liked last night. Don't like anything. Jovan, we'll go to you. Anything?
No, I mean, I
Okay.
think it's a solid or a respectable price on the Hurricanes coming off of back-to-back against, everybody's favorite underdog of the Sabres. So that would probably be my lean, but I don't really care to play minus 210 with them coming off that back-to-back. And then, I don't really care to fade the Avs in this random little day game. Granted that everybody's favorite play has always been Avs minus 1.5, and game during the day. I think it starts
1 o'clock.
A couple minutes.
Oh, 2 o'clock Eastern.
2
Sorry,
o'clock.
2 o'clock Eastern. Yeah, so I mean that's probably going to be what everybody's on, but I'm not interested in really fading that either. So I mean, this is again just a side of the board that I really don't want to get involved in.
It's in Finland. Wow.
Yeah, it's the Global Series game.
How about it? Yeah, I think it's Columbus plus 1.5 or nothing, Jovan. I'm seeing 90% of bets and handle on Colorado. Like you said, the Avs are very public. They're a good team. They're fun. Everyone likes betting on them because they bring the coins home. In a day game that's isolated, that's probably going to get more action typically than most NHL games, just because it's the only thing on and it's Friday. I would not be taking a public bet in this game, right?
Yeah.
So Blue Jackets plus 1.5 or nothing.
Probably. I don't care for it. This too, I saw this on Twitter a little earlier. Which
Dan, they're actually playing on the different dimensions.
Yeah, it's a little wider, which would definitely benefit a team like the Avs, who's faster and a little better in space. So
okay,
it's another reason why I just don't want to get involved.
Jen, do you like anything on the ice tonight, bro?
Can't say I like it, but I would probably play Blue Jackets plus 1.5. Georgiev, the Avalanche goalie, is very bad, and it's only a matter of time until that starts to show. I don't know if it's in Finland at 2 o'clock on a Friday, but like you said, it's a very contrarian play. It's kind of an isolated spot for this game. There's one other game in the NHL, so being the contrarian that I am, I'd probably play it again. I don't love it. And then I actually do. I think this is a big price for the Hurricanes against Buffalo, who, like Jovan said, a very, very trendy dog at plus price, even on the road, because of the fact that the Hurricanes just played an overtime shootout game in Tampa last night. So they're on a back-to-back. So a big favorite like that, minus 195 opener. Now they're up to minus 215. It's kind of telling to me. But I think I like the under. Carolina's backup goalie, Antti Raanta, he used to be the goalie for the Rangers. He's actually really good. He's solid. So I think that the Hurricanes, the line tells me that they win this game, and I think it'll be low scoring. So I lean Hurricanes and under.
Okay. Hurricanes minus 1.5?
No.
Wow.
No.
Okay.
Could be 2-1.
Okay. Could be 2-1. Could be 2-1. Yeah, I don't know about that game. I mean, nobody's rushing to bet Carolina coming off a back-to-back OT game, like you said.
Right.
Jovan pointed out the other day that the public loves betting on this Buffalo team, and it seems like that's very true today as well. They're a huge public dog, which does not grow on trees. Those don't happen often. So maybe the Hurricanes are a decent look here. Not recommending you guys send a parlay, but if you were, maybe you throw in Carolina ML to juice it up a little bit.
Sure.
Maybe make it a little two-piece.
Sure.
I don't hate that one bet. Sure. I don't hate that one bet.
Don't either.
Jovan, you think Carolina gets it done?
I do.
Okay.
I don't care to lay the price.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
it's gross.
Coming off a back-to-back, I don't care to lay the price, but it's definitely telling that, that wouldn't be shocked if they come out and dominate this game.
Yeah, are you thinking the same way I am, where they're coming off of probably being tired as shit, or everyone's at least thinking they are, and they're laying minus 210. The line's moving their direction. Like I was not expecting that with all the money coming in on Buffalo too.
Yeah.
Interesting. Let's go to the hardwoods. Couple games tonight. I've got a couple games on the hardwood that I actually kind of like tonight. I want to hear your guys' opinions, obviously. Well, let's just go through all these games really quick. We got Brooklyn, Washington. No Kyrie. He's kind of a piece of shit. Wizards are favored. I mean, Brooklyn looks terrible. The Wizards are terrible. They have the worst coach I've ever seen. It's my squad. You guys know I know this team pretty decently, at least. I watch them almost every night. They kind of suck. They have some good players, but they have a terrible coach. They're terribly run. Bradley Beal's not a winner. Worst fourth quarter team in the NBA the last couple of years. But seeing the Wizards -3 against the Nets, against KD, is something, even with them being 2-6, even without Kyrie. What are you guys thinking about this? Do you think I'm falling for a little bit of a trap here on my Wizards? Am I being biased? Or do you think they're setting this line actually based on the performance of these teams this season, where the Nets have looked like poo-poo, but they're definitely better than they've been playing? What do you guys think about this one? We can start with Jovan.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's maybe a little long towards the Wizards side, so I would definitely lean the Wizards. This is not one I'm kind of clamoring to get myself into just because the Nets are the Nets. I guess I say that as I'll probably be betting the Lakers today, but I just don't. I don't want to bet this against this team or just on this team or anything. But if I had to take a bet, it would be the Wizards. Like the Nets just can't guard. They can't guard a parked car, like frankly. And should Bradley Beal be breaking out in a couple of these games? Yeah, maybe this is the spot. So I would lean Wizards. I don't even know.
This is the ultimate buy bad news spot for the Nets.
Wow.
But at the same time, I have no interest in playing it. I can't get on the Wizards personally, but if someone was asking me what to play, I'd probably say that the smart move is to go with the Wizards until the Nets can show a little bit of life. But yeah, I know some people had mentioned to me that Kevin Durant his points line is 34.5, and I guess he's from the DC area, so it should be really all him. But man, I don't know. Look, again, I'm not a huge NBA guy, but I watched the Nets pretty closely. Krabs, I think I heard you say this, and I did too. I had the Nets to win the East last year.
Yeah, fuck them.
Yeah, fuck them indeed. And I watched that Celtics series pretty closely, and I know they could have won, the first two games, and everything was downhill from there. But Durant is looking rough. I thought he's looking old. I'm not saying he's looking bad, but he's getting old. So it's not the kind like 3-4 years ago, I might be able to say, oh, you know what? As a contrarian, I'm buying bad news. Kevin Durant's going to win this game. The Nets have nobody. They're a disaster, blah, 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 blah. But as of right now, I don't know. I think it's better to just save your units.
I
mean, Durant at 34.5, that's high.
He's
Correct me if I'm
50.
wrong.
Yeah.
He's probably going to drop a 50 burger in front of his fam from PG County who's going to be in the building.
Yeah, exactly.
He doesn't. Yeah, like this one might get ugly. I'm off. My biases might be infecting me too much here. I'm out. Let's go to Detroit. Detroit's getting 6 points at home against Cleveland. You guys think this line's a speck short?
I have news. Because I just ran through this board, I hate to be the no fun police, but there are injury concerns throughout the entire NBA board today.
Good.
So with what looks weird ends up not being that weird. I think Devontae Mitchell and Garland are both questionable for this game.
Okay.
So
good. Keep us in check. If you've got the inside info from your stream earlier, let us know about the injuries because I'm sure they corrected you, which is good.
Big bummer.
Injury concerns makes this line weird. Anybody want to play in this, or we move on?
No.
You can go on this game.
Okay. Miami.
Donovan
Indy.
Mitchell, by the way. Devontae Mitchell. Somebody's cracking on me for
Devontae Mitchell. New player.
I misspeak all the time. Feel free to correct me.
New player just dropped. All right. Miami, Indy. Miami's laying 4 on the roads against Indy. Not sure if there's injury stuff here. I'm about to just pull up the fucking
Jimmy Butler
roto wire.
Yeah.
Who's out?
Jimmy Butler.
Yep. Well, that'll do it. Jovan, you want to take this one? What are your thoughts on your Heat tonight?
I mean, it's hard to gauge because when Jimmy's out, the offense comes from a rare Tyler Hero sighting. It comes from inconsistent Bam. It comes from Max Strus thinking he's Steph Curry and taking 25 shots. So it's kind of hard to gauge this team without Jimmy because there's no control factor. Lowry too. Even Lowry's such a wild card, and going against the Pacers team that's going to push the tempo a little bit. It's just going to be a question of can the Heat shoot. So at this line, nothing screams at me. I don't want to touch it with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Our guy Nick in chat, let us know what tweet you're talking about, bro. Let us know what tweet you're talking about. Our guy LG Sports on the TikTok, Joey Meneses is the GOAT. Yes, thank you. The Commanders, why not us? Greatest team ever. I like this guy. I'm about to drop a follow after the stream. All right. Let's go to Philly. Philly is -3.5 at home against the New York Knicks. And it's looking like Embiid is a game-time decision. We already know Harden's out for a month. Talk about buying bad news here, DeGen. Could potentially be a look here. I think Embiid might play. He practiced and was at shoot-arounds today. He had COVID, so I don't know what their game plan is. but I'm assuming they'd like to have him back, especially without James Harden available. And with them being -3.5 here, I'm assuming the books are thinking he's going to play. What do you guys think? Jovan?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely could be convinced if he plays to go Knicks. I think the Knicks are a team that really just nobody wants to bet because we've seen time and time again they've put up, Penguins performances of just blowing huge leads, and whenever they're in a spot where everybody loves to take them, they just consistently let people down. So this is I think a good spot if Embiid comes back to say, you know what, let me buy back into the Knicks. Maybe the defense shows up today and they play well. So am I running to place this? No, I want to wait on the news, but it's probably the side I would lean.
Damn.
I was I was ready to go Sixers with Harden being out in a line move 2.5 to 3.5, but then I saw they're pretty public, and then I guess I started to connect the dots, and I guess it makes sense because I do recall that Knicks Hawks game. There were quite a lot of people on the Knicks, and they didn't just lose; they completely just didn't show up in the second half.
Yeah,
they got their ass outscored 32-10. So that's a bad taste that was left in everybody's mouth. I thought about Sixers. I'm off.
Okay. All right. Let's stay posted. Let's see if Embiid ends up playing or not. Jovan, if he plays, you're saying if he plays, you might look to play the Knicks, or if he doesn't play. Yes.
No, okay. if he plays and the line stays where it is,
right.
Be glad to hop on the Knicks.
It did open 2.5 though, so I think that point could be Embiid.
It could be, yeah,
ish. But yeah,
if that's it, I'm fine with that.
I agree.
100%. Let's go to Boston real quick. They're playing the Bulls. They're laying 7 at home. Looks like Kobe White's a game time decision, but besides that, pretty much a full go. Let me see if he's playing or not. I don't want anything to do with this game. Nothing. Thoughts, Jovan?
Not really. The Celtics are kind of a team that's burned people a couple times. So I mean, would lean them, but I don't have a good read on this Bulls team really. So I'd gladly sit this one out.
This is a fat spread for a Celtics team that has not looked
big spread.
Impeccable. They haven't looked impeccable. They've lost 3 of 4. They just lost to the Cavs.
Yep. That's where I'm headed. I actually
you're heading to Boston, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like they're not trendy, and on across once this you check multiple websites and the percentages kind of match up, that's when I'll believe the data, and they're around in the 30-ish percentile of bets, and looks like the Bulls are getting to be a pretty trendy dog at that price or at that number 5-3-1 ATS, and like you said, the Celtics have burned some people, so I like fat spread, contrarian line freeze, home favorite. I lean the Celtics here.
Yep. I could get behind that, to be honest with you. Celtics, not great. Like Jovan said, they've been costing people coin. They're laying 7 against a team that people like betting on now that Levine's out too, or Levine's back in, right? Yeah. Give me the Celtics -7 if I have to bet this game. 100p. I like it. Let's go to Memphis really quick. Memphis is laying 11 to Charlotte here at home. Let's see if there's any injury concerns.
I believe there is.
Yeah, there definitely is. Terry Rozier game time. Cody Martin game time.
Jaren Jackson Jr. I think is another big one for.
Jaren Jackson's out. Yep.
I think he's been out though.
Oh, okay.
Mistaken.
Okay.
Fairly certain he's been out for a while, but I don't know. This is maybe a little big of a number, all things considered. But again, like it's the Hornets who have not only burned people, but I feel like people have taken them against terrible teams, or taken terrible teams against them, and it's worked. So I don't know the perception's that high. They're also dealing with injuries out the ass to start the year, so not really fiending to get involved. But I would lean the big number with the Grizzlies because the Grizzlies have also had, with or without Ja or Desmond Bane or whoever, they've had some pretty short lines in the last week or so. So they haven't been showing that much respect on the line, and now they're starting to against the Hornets team. So I'd lean with that.
It's a pretty good point. Okay. And they're 2-6 ATS too. So
yeah,
good point.
Yeah, I'm not betting this game. I'll be honest with you.
No,
it's gross. Guys, if you're watching on the TikTok, please tap the screen a bazillion times for the algorithm so TikTok likes me and gives me views. If we won you money on the fucking squad rides, go over to TikTok and bless the boy. All right. Let's go to San Antonio. They're getting 4 points at home against the Clippers. This game looks weird, to say the least. The Spurs have been a little bit of a surprise. I mean, I could have seen this coming when Pop said preseason, don't be betting on our team to win the fucking championship. Of course, he'd be sitting at 5-3 here, when people expected him to be probably the worst team in the fucking NBA. Pretty hilarious. That's some Greg Pop shit right there for sure. Looking like Kawhi is probably out for load management again.
Yeah, so
besides that,
this is a solid buy, or I guess sell good news spot, because the Clippers line kind of looks a little low, and then you see that Keldon Johnson and Devin Vassell are coming back to play for the Spurs today.
First game back.
Yeah, first game back. And Spurs have been overperforming a little bit, but I don't think anybody really thinks they're that good of a team yet.
Let's go.
So I would be down to buy in on the Clippers at this short line. Fade the good news for the Spurs.
I like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to come back down to earth for the Spurs at some point, too, and they're getting their guys back. People are going to be saying, wow, they're 5-3 without them. Let's take them tonight against the Clippers. They're playing like shit this season. Well, Clippers are coming off of 2 wins, so let's see what they can do. Maybe they can keep that momentum going. I can get behind the Clippers on the road.
And the one thing somebody mentioned to me, though, is I think the Spurs just lost by 50 points.
Yeah, they got thrashed by the Raptors.
Yeah.
But it was without these two guys.
That's true. That's a good point.
Oh, no. You know what it was?
What?
It was the biggest loss in Coach Pop's history.
Oh, God.
I'm not. Nope.
I'm
Out, off, not going on the lean sheet. Nope, not betting it. Not even thinking about betting it.
I wouldn't bet it with your money.
We'll leave that one.
Fuck that.
We'll leave that one out.
Holy smokes. I'm very happy I remember that. Jesus.
Yeah. We'll
Jonathan Taylor just got ruled out. I hope you guys listened to my fucking tweet yesterday when I said to pick up Deion Jackson from the waivers, because if you did, you're in business. All right?
No, but quick funny story. Somebody in my league picked him up, and then they're trying to shove him on me and trade him to me, and then they sent me your tweet. I'm like, that's not going to make me overpay for him.
You want to hear an even fucking worse story? That's a good one, but this one's even worse, at least for me. I tweeted that out before even picking him up in some of my leagues, and my fucking roommate picked him up. And then he responded off his burner to my tweet and was like, check our league. And I was like, dude. And he fucking scooped him up before I could.
It's a rookie move.
God damn it. Yeah. That's on me. That's a rookie mistake. Yeah. I should have fucking scooped him before I tweeted it out.
A little bit more selfish.
I was trying to be for the people.
I know.
God damn it. Man, just when you think, it really be your own. It really be your own guys.
You were being like Paul Revere when you really needed to be like Mel Gibson in The Patriot. You know, you needed to go attack first before you warn everybody.
Fuck. All right. That's okay, though. It's just Deion Jackson, whatever.
It is just Deion Jackson, right?
I still picked up Isaiah Likely in most of my leagues, and I recommend you guys probably do as well.
Yeah.
Especially with Rashad Bateman out for the season. Mark Andrews might not play this week. Yeah. Even if he does, Likely is going to be, getting way more targets, in my opinion, I think. I think he's the second best or third best receiver on that team overall.
Just might be.
Let's give him the fucking rock. Give him the rock. Okay. All right, let's power through these last couple because we got a lot of games to talk about this weekend.
Yeah, we can go through just the couple that I assume we will be aligned on looking at.
Okay.
AKA the Pelicans and the Lakers, I would think.
Well, what about the Wolves too?
Yeah, I want the Wolves. I want the Wolves.
Wolves are probably my favorite bet on the board.
Same.
I don't think there's any. I don't think there's any injury concerns there in the 7-0, 6-1 ATS Bucks. -3.5 against the 4-4 Timberwolves. It's all I need to see. I like these types of games. I don't even need to look where the bets are. It's too short. It's too cheap.
I will say there is some injury bullshit.
Oh
yeah, there's a lot. Are
you kidding me?
Yeah,
but
my streamers let me down.
Good. It could be good. It could be bad though. So listen up real quick. So Giannis is probable. Looks like he's going to play. All right.
Okay.
But you look over on Minnesota. Jen, I think you're going to like this, by the way.
Oh, that's what I meant. Okay, yes, go ahead.
We agree the spread is weirdly short against a Bucks team who's undefeated, correct?
Yes.
But listen to this. Anthony Edwards and Rudy Gobert, they might not even fucking play today.
Right.
And they're already +3.5.
Doesn't scare me off.
Either the books know that they're going to play or this is the weirdest line ever. Like if these guys get ruled out, or if even one of these guys gets ruled out and the line stays here, which it probably won't, but if it were to do that, go out, get a loan, deploy it on the fucking plus 3.5.
Don't do that.
Okay. Go out, go meet with a loan shark and make some sketchy deal and throw it all on Minnesota. Okay. Don't do that, but deploy units on them responsibly. Okay. This line is fucking weird, dude.
Yeah.
I'm assuming they're gonna play with this line. Vegas always knows before we do. I don't know, man. I gotta take Minnesota. I love this spot. This is the one I circled last night. Yep. Jovan, you didn't want to take the T-Wolves? You're afraid? You're scared?
I mean, that was one where I wanted to wait too and see what happens. Because that one, granted, like obviously they could know everything before we do, but I wouldn't be shocked to see that line start ticking up in the next couple hours and then somebody gets announced out. That's my one concern. But I mean,
our guy James in chat needs our help, gentlemen. Does he trade St. Brown and Pollard for Josh Jacobs and Cortland Sutton?
God,
I wouldn't.
Yeah,
that sounds like the worst trade of all time.
Yeah,
that sounds like you're getting bamboozled. Do not make that trade.
Love Josh Jacobs, but St. Brown with no Hawkinson and Pollard with they refuse to say it, but he's going to have an increased role in that offense.
Yeah,
has to. If they want to win games, has to.
Yeah.
Why play the T-Wolves spread if Ant and Gobert are out? Okay, so if Ant and Gobert are out and the spread stays this short, you have to play them because that's weird as shit. And they should be plus 10 without those guys. If those guys get ruled out and they're still plus 3.5, you got to play them because Vegas knows something we don't. All right? That's my point there. Okay? How do we feel about the Pelicans? They're asking in chat.
Oh, yeah.
Jovan, I'm not in a rush to bet this game. Are you trying to get cute here and snipe Golden State's first road win? Or are you trying to continue to fade the streak?
I'm excited to hear.
I'm going to continue to fade.
Okay.
It's not even buying into the streak necessarily. It's just to see the Pelicans as growing too. It was 4, and I think it moved to 4.5 most places as we were kind of talking here. Coming off of a loss to the Lakers is still very interesting. Like I think seeing the Heat against the Warriors be favorites was one thing, but to see the Pelicans catching 4.5 points here, and we very well could see this continue to rise. That's still very telling me, regardless of how the Warriors have looked on the road or just this season period. So I'll be looking at the Pelicans.
Looks like Brandon Ingram's coming back. You're buying good news with him.
I'm fine with that.
Same and the Warriors on a back-to-back too. I don't know if that makes them a little less trendy, but
they just absolutely melted away a lead. Jovan, I don't disagree. I don't disagree, and I think seeing Golden State at plus 4.5 at any point, no matter what their record has been, no matter what they did yesterday, no matter what they've been doing the whole season, this is still the Warriors.
Yeah,
that's kind of see them at plus 4.5 ever.
That's kind of my point more than anything. And you would expect, all things considered, they've been bad on the road. They're on a back-to-back. They just screwed everybody last night. That they wouldn't be as public, but they're still getting 61% of the bets, and the Pels are getting 74% of the money.
Good point.
Sheesh.
Yeah,
that is something I'll be paying attention to for sure.
Good. Yeah, no, you're 100% right. They're getting some fat bets on that spread, and I'm assuming it's by some pretty respectable people because that line is moving and that line is grooving.
Right.
Let's see if it ends up getting to 5. Interesting. I don't know if I'm going to play the Pelicans, but you definitely just talked me off of Golden State, so thank you. I appreciate it. And then Lakers. God damn it.
Yep.
Are we going to fall for the fucking sharp trap potentially, or are we taking the Lakers and not overthinking it because this line is disgusting? And if it's not the Lakers, if you just look at this team, there's no way in fuck that they should be laying 3 against the Jazz. Jovan, what are you thinking, bro?
Yeah. So, I mean, the Jazz have continued to kind of burn everybody because they have outperformed expectations wildly. I mean, some of these games that they've won and some of the performances they put forward, it doesn't make any sense really on paper. So nobody, I don't think, would think, after all these games, they covered against the Mavs, they've won a couple of games against the Grizzlies and everything. Nobody would think that the Lakers would come and be the ones to kind of spoil the party. So I wouldn't be shocked, especially if this line continues to tick up. I haven't seen the movement on it, but if it continues to tick up past this 3.5-ish line, I'd be down. And yes, like this exactly. The Jazz are coin stealers. No way that the Lakers can be the ones to do it, right?
Jazz are the Kraken. I like
Jazz
that.
are the Kraken.
Unbelievable. Okay. DeGen, are you going to be on the Lakers again today? I know you're not afraid about them.
Yeah, I don't have much to add, but I agree.
Okay.
I'll probably only be on the T-Wolves and the Lakers today.
Okay. Yeah, T-Wolves are looking at me funny. Are you going to wait to hear the injury confirmations, or are you going to say fuck it and just lock it in?
You want to know what I'm going to do?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to wait for any single NBA bet that I put in because
Okay.
I am tired of getting burned. Even the other night, the Hornets were playing the Bulls, I think. Bulls were 6.5 down to 5. I leaned the Hornets. Right before tip, it went back to 6.5. Bulls cover.
Damn.
So this shit's happening like crazy. It's so volatile. I'm gonna wait and see. And if I like a game, I'm not just gonna blindly follow every single line move. But I want to make that clear. But if I like a game, even if I get the worst of the number, I know CLV matters, but I'd rather wait and see to make sure I'm not on the wrong side.
Yeah,
I think that's 100% the right way to do it. Okay, 100%. Take notes, chat. Grow up. All right, we're done with today. Finally, that took too long. Let's go to Saturday. We've got some real grown man games to bet on here. Well, I guess not really because it's college kids, but college football. Some fucking real sports to bet on, not this NBA bullshit. All right. Let's go to the fucking gridiron and let's see what you guys like. All right. There's a bunch of plays I fucking like. I'm going to scroll through and just power through. Jovan, TCU, real quick. Are they covering or not?
Yeah, I think they're doing about a lot this weekend, but I like the over.
See, every time I want to fucking fade them, and every time you come in saying the TCU's going to cover, and I get all pissed off, but then TCU covers. So I don't even know why I'm complaining. You're probably talking me off a loser. You think TCU rolls again against Texas Tech, who's been a covering machine against good teams? They've kind of played up to their comp against good teams and had some good covers. Do you like TCU?
I do. Okay.
Okay.
But I mean, I like the over more, and it's square, it's simple. It's honestly like by the numbers. I think I said this like a couple days ago or something. It's a lot less square than I thought. A lot less public.
Okay.
Than I thought, but there's gonna be points. Both these defenses are traffic cones, all 11 on both sides, and it's gonna be tough for these defenses to get a stop, honestly. And I think there's gonna be plenty of possessions, plenty of explosive plays. Duggan's gonna do them. Baron Morton's gonna tear up our defense too. It's too simple for me.
Yep. Okay. DeGen, I know you're pissed. Are you in the same boat with me?
Well, yeah. So I liked West Virginia last week, and then the reason I didn't play him is because I've never seen Jovan more calm, cool, and collected and confident in his team. And obviously, it was a little fluky at the end to not cover. But all my friends were like, "What do you mean you weren't on West Virginia?" And I told them why, and they're like, "Well, can you fucking pass the message along next time about this Jovan guy and his read?" So now we all like Texas Tech. I mean, they're not that trendy. It is a big number, but man, I think Texas Tech, after losing 45-21 last week at home, and I saw some respected bettors on Texas Tech. And so I always love going with a team that just burned, sharp bettors. And it looked like 10 to 8.5. I like the early move, but late buyback does happen and it goes the opposite way and you get burned. It would be nothing new. And if that tends to happen, then I'm going to be a little nervous. As of now, I like Texas Tech, but I'm going to wait and see.
Okay. I think we'll probably keep that one off the cheat sheet then because we all kind of disagree. And at the end of the day, Javon's probably going to be right because he knows that team like the back of his hand. All right, let's power through these. We've got a lot of games, not a lot of time. So if I bring one up and you guys don't like it, just say pass. We'll move on. UNC, UVA.
I lean Virginia.
Okay, same.
Yeah.
Any plays? Are there going to be any coins deployed on this one, you think?
I'm not really fiending for that one, but it's definitely the side I would go with there.
Okay. I like UVA. That's why I brought it up, and I hate to say it. You guys gotta fucking hate UVA, but I mean they might win this game.
Oh wow.
This makes no sense. UVA sucks. We know they're not a football school. Nobody even pays attention to them. They've looked like shit this year. Brennan Armstrong has looked like shit this year, but this total being at 60.5 and going up 2 points from the opener tells me that Armstrong's going to have a day, and this is going to be a shootout. And I think UVA keeps it close. I really do. I think whoever has the ball last wins, and I want to take the 7 points. You guys know I fucking hate UVA, but so that should tell you that should tell you about my actual thoughts on that game. Are you going back to Missouri out of respect to Jen?
You know, it's funny, man. I was all ready to go back to Missouri, and then I thought to myself, this usually never works out when I go back to back with the team that I just fell in love with the week before. And then I was texting Jovan a little bit, and he kind of pointed out the under to me, and 43.5 down to 40.5. It's 3 points late to the party. But I'm going to side with my football brain on this one. Missouri would be the play. They're in a contrarian spot. They got the line move in their favor. The problem is the one thing that does keep me off is Kentucky did just get their ass kicked, and they were pretty popular. I fell into the trap. I took Kentucky 12.5 at Tennessee. Didn't realize how many people were on them. Would they score 6 points? And football brain just tells me I followed. Obviously, it was my biggest bet of the season. Missouri last year. I followed Missouri pretty well. They can't pass for shit, but they can run it. They can run it pretty well. And I'm not a big Will Levis guy, so I'll take this under at 40.5.
Okay. All right. VT Georgia Tech. Very rarely do I get to talk about my shit team, but VT is -3 against a better Georgia Tech team. Now, maybe it's because it's Blacksburg and the home field advantage there is definitely prevalent. For some reason, this game's going to be sold out and loud, and we're going to be acting like we're about to win the ACC title, even though we fucking blow, and we should not be giving this poverty team support at all. Anyways, they're laying 3 at home. Do you guys like the Hokies at all, or are you like, fuck this game, these teams stink?
Fuck this game, this team stink.
I'll do that one.
Fair. Okay. Are we done with Marshall, Jovan? Are we done?
No. I mean, I'm already. I don't know if I'm going to play it because I'm already invested, obviously. But I think the under is a decent spot.
Okay.
And it's more just so because I look at the games every week that they play, and I'm like, you know what, their defense is going to show up. They match up well, and soars under every time. So not to keep like riding a trend, but against an Old Dominion team, they spread the field a little bit, which that's not really going to work against Marshall. And we've seen them play lower scoring games against better defenses like UVA, like Virginia Tech too. So I think it's going to be a pretty similar game. I think they win the game too. Marshall does. So
yeah,
to do that, their defense is going to have to show up again.
One thing I like about, just real quick on the Marshall situation with the line is it's kind of similar teams in the sense of it's 4-4 against a 3-5. So they're not that great. They're not that, they're bad. But it looks like the tickets are pretty split in these situations. I like going with the money, and it looks like there's a small move to Marshall. So that would make me side with Marshall.
Okay. All right. Any action in Oklahoma Baylor?
Not definitively, but I will say that total definitely has my eye. And I think it's pretty public too, but it's had a pretty significant move. And just like the way that Baylor theoretically would play this game is they play a lot of ball control, which is kind of what they've tended to do against the better teams in the Big 12. They tried it with Oklahoma State, and it didn't work after a while. They tried it with Kansas, and it did work for a little bit, and games soared under. But it's looking like one of those games where I kind of lean Oklahoma here too, and I think they put up a lot of points. I honestly think they could put up 45, 50 themselves. So I would lean the over here. Just we're all not big Baylor believers either, so this is probably another facet of that.
Did you?
I'll keep it short. I'm on Oklahoma.
Okay, I kind of like Oklahoma too. Jovan, I don't hate that. I don't hate that over. For some reason, when these teams have played in the past, at least from when I've been following them, these games all go under. Yeah. So I don't know if that makes me like the over more or not. Contrarian brain says yes. Football brain says no, but I don't hate it. That could be one of those it's square, I don't care plays, kind of like the over in Coastal and App State last night. That's bad, right?
Yep.
Okay. Any Georgia State takers?
No, they're catching my eye. They're catching my eye, but no.
Okay. What about Louisiana Tech getting 2.5 points at home against Middle Tennessee State, who beat Miami earlier this season?
Nothing from me.
Too gross. We'll save the gross plays for college basketball next week.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay. Let's talk about a real game. Tennessee, Georgia. I know you guys all know, and I need to find this fucking tweet real quick. Tennessee is now the 1 seed. Now, whether they're the real 1 seed or not, who knows? And they're probably not going to finish the 1 seed, but they're ranked number 1 in the college football playoff rankings. They're going into Georgia, who's ranked 3 only. And Georgia's laying 8.5. So if you just do my little system here, where if it's a worse ranked team, is a heavy favorite, you take them. this plays here for Georgia. I'm sure you guys have all heard the fucking news about how I'm pulling it up right now too. You guys are about to see it, but Tennessee is probably the biggest public dog in recent history, and it's probably the biggest public dog of the season. Now, that doesn't mean they're not going to win or cover. We know this Tennessee team has some magic, and I love this team. I'm not going to talk about the fucking crazy ticket I have in my pocket anymore. You guys already know. But listen to this shit. It's been one-way action on Tennessee all week long. Georgia might be our biggest need, if not just the week, but the season. This is from a guy over at Bet Shmemg Shmem. Okay? Maybe the biggest need for the sports books of the season. Now, when you hear that from a guy who works for the books, the first thing I want to fucking do is sprint to go bet Georgia. But why would they release this info then? Right?
That's the thing.
So it throws me off.
Make me a little hesitant to go Georgia because we've heard the narrative, for the whole week. Really, it's been very publicized. Dude. It's sounding like it's almost like the Brady thing against the Ravens when the Bucs played against the Ravens. We saw all day for a couple of days that there's this crazy line move, reverse line move to the Bucs' favorites and everything. So it's kind of reminding me of that. So like, am I going to sprint to bet Tennessee? God no, but it's definitely stopping me from playing Georgia.
Yeah, I've seen so much content from the books over the last week. Nonstop talk about how many bets they've taken on Tennessee. Nonstop talk. And I think it's because they want to even up the handle, right? So they're not overexposed on Tennessee. God forbid they do win. But if they thought that Georgia was going to roll, kind of like I thought they would be thinking, kind of like I think the Sharps are thinking here, why would they be begging for action on Georgia? I keep going back and forth. I want to take Georgia. I want to lay the points here and not overthink it. Georgia's the better team. They're laying 8.5 points against the number one team in the country. Don't overthink it. But I'm also worried I'm underthinking it. DeGen, dude, what are you thinking about this game? Are you going to play Georgia here? I know you're not playing Tennessee.
I'm playing Georgia. Yeah, that tweet doesn't scare me, but if it does, if Georgia doesn't cover, it's certainly something I'm fine learning from my mistakes, and I'll value those tweets a little bit more. Yeah, you know why? Because it matches up. I don't think they're like putting. Sometimes they tweet out teams that have like a percentage of the handle or bets. I'm like, wait a minute, no fucking way that everybody's on them. But this makes perfect sense to me. Number one team in the country getting that many points. And you have to remember they beat Alabama outright in kind of a similar situation where they were a trendy dog then at home. And we got to remember, I take top teams in contrarian spots, and I've done it with Georgia. Georgia minus 17 against Oregon. Everybody was taking Oregon. Georgia minus 29.5 against Auburn. Bama. Who the hell did they play? I forget. Arkansas on the road. The one time it didn't hit was Alabama and Tennessee. But let's not forget that fluke pass interference call, which could have changed the entire outcome of the game. So it wasn't like it was way off. I think this is not an overthink it play for me. Top team, contrarian spot, looks like too many points. I think it's for a reason. I'm not necessarily going to nuke it by any means because I really do like Tennessee. I like Tennessee. I like Hendon Hooker. I respect them. I'm going to play it for a unit, maybe two. Georgia.
Okay. Let's go into rapid fire mode here. I'm with you on Georgia, DeGen. I'm 90% sure I'm going to play them.
Yep.
Can I interest you gentlemen in Kansas -1 at home against ranked OK State?
So there is bad news there, just kind of across the board. But I am personally still willing to buy it in this situation, just kind of football brain wise, because I don't know. I don't think Spencer Sanders is going to play. And really, they have so many injuries just across the board. Oklahoma State does. We saw it like kind of exposed last week. Not kind of. They got torched last week, but I don't know. And I think Jalen Daniels should be back, which is even more kind of good news on Kansas's side. But I'm willing to buy it. I don't like playing the, they have to win angle, but they're like Leopold's going to pull out all the stops because if you look at their schedule, this is by far with the injuries and all the teams and everything considered, their best chance to get that 6th win. So they're going to pull everything out, everything possible. And this is an Oak State team and defense that they can really take advantage of that. So I'm willing to buy it, but I'm sure it scares the both of you.
Yeah, it scares the living shit out of me. DeGen, are you scared off or are you still going to play him?
I won't say off. It concerns me a little bit, but I always go back to the season win totals. I think there was a reason the Cowboys had their win total. I faded them on the season. I think there are losses to be had. They got lucky as fuck against Texas, 13 penalties to 0. I can't even explain that one. I don't think they bounce back from the shutout at K-State. I like the dog to fade with Kansas. I guess it makes more sense, but I don't think Kansas is that trendy regardless. Everywhere I look, the bets aren't on them. That's good. I still believe 6 out of 10 people are going to take a ranked Oklahoma State team with Mike Gundy over Kansas, who's kind of fallen, back down to earth. So I'm going Kansas.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's also like I don't think I can't remember a time where Kansas has ever been a favorite in conference play. So
wow, good point.
Yeah, I mean they've been horrendous for years. So I can only assume it's been quite a long time. So
right, and how many people are even going to look at the injury stuff and even know that these guys are out?
Good point.
Half the people aren't even going to look at shit. Right? They're going to see a ranked team at +1 against shitty Kansas, and they're going to fucking hammer it, and they're going to lose money. Okay, Memphis +3.5 at home against ranked UCF, that cursed 25 ranked team.
Yep. Sure.
Right. Any takers on Pitt -4 against Syracuse or no?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but I will point out though, if Syracuse's quarterback is hurt, makes much more sense.
Okay.
If he plays, yes.
All right. Powering through. What else? Kansas State, Texas.
Yeah.
Are we taking Texas on the road -2.5?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Any Bama LSU plays?
No. None for
Can't.
me.
Yeah, not really.
Give me Bama or nothing for me, and I can't bet on Bama. So
Sure.
Kind of in the under.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think I don't know if LSU scores more than a touchdown, to be honest with you.
Like that.
Okay. Well, I can get behind the under. It's already moved 2 points as well. Okay. We're almost done. We're getting to the night slate, ladies and gents. Notre Dame +3.5. Book it.
I'm going to tell you one thing. Again, I know we're trying to be quick, though. I have not seen a soul on Notre Dame.
Yeah.
The line sketches me out, but even pros and Joes are on Clemson. I'm not going to do it. I'm a Notre Dame fan. I know the team very well. I don't know how the fuck they win this game. I think the under is the play. The problem is it's already moved 3.5 points, which kind of sucks. So I have 4 points in some places, but
okay.
Notre Dame's quarterback is not good. I think he has like a 49% completion percentage. That is terrible. They have no playmakers outside of the tight end Michael Mayer. I can't put my money on Notre Dame in this spot. I just can't.
Okay, well I can. Jovan?
Okay.
You can't do it, Jovan?
I can't do it. Can't do it. I don't know. This feels like an overly easy spot to me. I don't think the line's that weird when you consider Clemson on the road against Florida State was laying 4.5, 5. So I mean, I'd say Notre Dame's worth 1.5, maybe, especially the way they've been playing lately. So I don't think it's that weird. I don't think Clemson's that good either. So, and I think the weather. Somebody said the weather is supposed to be pretty bad in that game. So maybe that plays both into the total and into the line being maybe a little shorter than you would think, but I'm not crazy. I'm sticking with my Clemson Bama 2-teamer that I'm placing for 5 units just to make sure that one of them loses this.
Notre Dame can run the ball, and they ran it like 50 times in Syracuse, and as opposed to like 19 pass attempts. That's why I love the under so much. The line tells you they can hang, and if they hang, it's not because they pass the ball. I still am kind of thinking about playing this under, even though it's very late to the party.
Okay, that's fair. I want to take JMU +7 on the road at Louisville after Louisville's huge win. Not going to spend a ton of time selling this, but yeah, gross.
Pell's -10 now.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, everybody's out. Everybody's out.
Yeah, everybody's out.
Right.
I'm down for JMU, though, but it has to be if Centeo plays the JMU quarterback.
Gotcha.
Otherwise, I can't do it. It's a good sandwich game, though. Louisville just beat Wake, and I think they play Clemson next week. And I can assure you that if Centeo plays, he's not going to turn over the ball 8 times like Sam Hartman.
Right.
Hey, he was 7, I think.
Well, he did less than that, but I mean, they had four fumbles, 4 picks.
Nuts.
Crazy.
Miami, Florida State. Give me a lean or give me a play if you have it. If not, we're moving on.
Nothing for me.
I want to say Miami wins a fucking game against a team that is worth a damn, but no, I can't. Lost too many units on Miami this year.
What about Vanderbilt +6.5 at home against South Carolina?
It's kind of one of those things. I faded the shit out of him last week. I don't want to do it again, but I hate South Carolina and I hate Spencer Rattler, so I won't talk you off of it.
Okay. All right. Any late plays at night? They're all fatty spreads, unfortunately. So
I don't love anything. Jovan, do you?
Not particularly. Not really intrigued by any of these super late games.
Okay. Neither am I, unfortunately. That blows. That's on college football. You guys need to figure it out and get us a fucking good night game. Give us a Pac-12 game at night that starts at 11. That's disgusting and a close spread.
I got one more for you if we're about to move on.
Yep.
Nobody likes BYU anymore. 2-7 ATS on the road against Boise State, who now Dirk Cutter, the former Bucks future Hall of Fame head coach, is the offensive coordinator for it. Boise State's -8, down to 7.5. Majority of the bets are on Boise State. If you want to sprinkle a dog, maybe BYU outright.
Wow. BYU, JMU 2-team.
BYU and JMU 2-team. I fucking love that.
Money line 2-team.
Yeah, exactly. Jesus. Exactly. Love that.
I honestly think JMU might win that game straight up. And I think BYU could too. You're right. This team is way too talented to be 4-5, and they've underperformed. Maybe the biggest disappointment in college football.
Yep.
Straight up. Maybe behind Marshall. Sorry, Jovan.
Ew. Whoa.
I couldn't resist. I'm going
to run to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back.
All right. Go. All right, Jovan. What's your favorite college football play that I left off the board? Anything?
Nothing that you left. My favorite's Texas.
Okay. Good. Awesome.
Gross to say. But
yeah, capitalize Nick. Clip that because I'm not fucking talking good shit about JMU ever again. All right. Okay. NFL. What are your 3 favorite plays?
3 favorite plays. 3. I mean, I like the Bears. That's definitely going to be in there. That line is super interesting. I mean, the Bears offense looked pretty good the last 2 weeks, and I know they got Claypool. It's a little bit of good news, but still nobody wants to bet on them. I mean, we're seeing 23% of the bets, 35% of the money. This is like the perfect game where all of their weaknesses can kind of be masked because they're not like in places that the Dolphins can take advantage of them. Like the one place that they're good is they limit explosive plays. And what do the Dolphins live off of? Big explosive plays with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle.
It's facts.
And their run defense has been horrible all year. And a run defense or a rushing attack with Mostert and Jeff Wilson doesn't really scare me either. And like the O-line thing too. I know they just added Bradley Chubb, but it's until I see that on a consistent level, this Dolphins defense hasn't got pressure on the quarterback all year. Its front 7 hasn't done anything. So Bradley Chubb, huge addition, but I need to see it before I trust it and say, okay, their defensive line can get pressure. So it's just, I don't know. I think it lines up pretty well for the Bears. I think they've started to let Fields go and it works. And like the Claypool addition, I think that's going to do wonders for Darnell Mooney. I mean, he's already been kind of him. He's one of my favorite players. So he should continue to eat a little bit.
So you're not afraid to play Darnell Mooney this week in fantasy?
No.
Okay.
I think the weather's supposed to be pretty bad in Chicago, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Okay.
Makes me like the Bears even more.
Yeah, that's contrarian. That's very contrarian. I like that.
DeGen, what's your favorite NFL play for Sunday?
Cardinals.
Okay, same with me. Let's fucking go.
Yeah. That's the same as yours. All right, I'll give you a different one. I like the Bengals. Bengals 7.5 against the Panthers. Kind of reminds me exactly of when they played another NFC South team, the Falcons, minus 6.5 in that game, I think it was. And the Falcons, I think at the time had covered every spread. I think they were 6-0. So trendy team. Now you got the Panthers, everybody's favorite new toy. Coulda, woulda, shoulda won the game yesterday. Last week against Atlanta. I think people will take PJ Walker and the points here with Carolina, especially after the Bengals just got killed by the Browns. So I'm going to take the Bengals minus 7.5.
Okay, I think you can get them at 7 though. I think you can get them at 7 still.
Give it to me. I'll go against the line move in this one.
Okay. All right. It looks like the Panthers are very public. 56% of bets, 67% of handle on that spread on DraftKings. So that's a great sign. Public dogs bite. We know this. Let's get the squad ride fired up. People in chat are itching. All right, let's get it fired up for today. Gentlemen, what are your favorite plays of the night? I know it's gross, but I know you got something in you. Feed me your favorite play of the day. All right?
Oh, gosh.
What do you got?
I would love to put that T-Wolves play in. It's just so dependent on what happens injury report wise.
Mm-hmm.
But
No, they're going in.
yeah, I mean, I would be
going.
perfectly fine with putting them in.
They're going in. To Jen?
Duke money. No, I'm just kidding. Man, I got to tell you, this is gross. I mean, I don't want to involve the Hurricanes again. That's not as much fun, but I really like that under. NBA, like I said, I mean, Lakers and T-Wolves. It's really I don't hate. Who's UConn playing? UMass, right? Plus 15.5.
UMass. That's the one I'm going to submit.
That's disgusting.
That is
and
filthy.
you know what's great about these squad rides too is you leave them up to a poll, right? So everybody in here votes.
Yeah.
So it's really you guys do the pitching and the sell job, and then you leave it up to them. So if they don't want it, they don't have to take it. But that's got to be by far the most disgusting. I mean, if you're just a random person and somehow that comes on your Twitter feed, the algorithm shows you that here's this guy's show. They've hit 11 bets in a row, and the 12th one that they're going with is UMass plus 15.5. You're gonna vomit in your mouth. So yeah, I think that's got to go in there. I would vote for that one.
Okay, that's my favorite play. I have a weird feeling in my belly that it's gonna smack. Nobody's gonna be on it. My square friends are already on UConn. Guys, it's the weekend, which means the square plays ain't hitting anymore. It's Friday. The books are out for bloods. UMass is the type of play we want to be on, chat. Hey, you can vote for whatever you want, but vote for UMass, okay? Or fucking Minnesota's. Chat, what about you? What's your favorite play today? Let me know. What's your favorite play?
Suns money line VIP.
Oh.
Someone said, "Are we riding the Trent over?" I'm assuming. What is he on? Probably the Avs game. Got to be.
Yeah, he's probably on the Avs over.
Oh God. Avs are gonna win 3-2, guaranteed.
Do we want to put the Oregon State Washington under, or do we just leave it at our three favorite plays, or do we put the under in the hockey game too?
I gotta leave that up to you guys, Jovan. Whatever you think.
I mean, I feel like we have to put something from the Canes game in here, whether it's the under, them and reg, their puck line or something.
Anti-Ranta shutout plus 1,300. Somebody said Kane score first. That's kind of fun. That'd be a fun sweat.
Oh, Jesus Christ, dude.
The Yurfie on ice.
Yurfie on ice.
I think we stick with 3 on a gross slate. I think we stick with these 3 plays, all of our favorite plays of the day, and we let chat choose the favorite. And we trust ourselves. We trust that we're probably going to go 2-1 as a unit and hope that chat picks the right one. I think that's what we do.
I'll throw one more out there that I think you liked as well. The Celtics -7. You don't want to put that in there, though, right?
Ooh, I do like the Celtics -7.
I do like the Celtics. I forgot about that. I'll probably play the Celtics, the Wolves, and the Lakers.
Jovan, Celtics. Do they take
as Jovan is on board with it?
I'm down for that.
All right, let's put the Celtics in. They're getting 30% of bets and handle, and the Bulls are a fat public dog. Wow.
Yeah.
We'll put them in, and why don't we put the under in college football tonight?
In which one? Oh, in Oregon State?
Yep.
Yeah.
Jovan?
Down.
All right, so here's the 5 plays. We have Minnesota plus 3.5. We got the Lakers -3. We've got UMass plus 15.5. Gross. We've got the Celtics -7, and we've got the under 54.5. Ladies and gents, did not think we'd still be here alive. With the streak intact here at 11-0. Incredible work. Let's keep pushing. All right. Today's slate sucks. I personally like Minnesota plus 3.5, probably the best. Hopefully it goes well. Hopefully the injury stuff plays out. Do you guys think there's a game plan for this? Should we wait to lock it in until the lineups are confirmed? But it's probably not going to be until right before the fucking tip, right? So, or 30 minutes before the game, which sucks.
Yeah, we can. I don't know. We'll think about it. Maybe we go with the second option if there's something so crazy injury wise that it would take us off of it. But
Okay.
If it wins, I'm down to ride it. It's getting my vote.
Put some fine print
as of right now. It's getting my vote too. I think that's the grossest play. I think that's about a smack. So that's what I'm voting for. All right. Give me the T-Wolves. Right now, it's a close race. Looks like people want to bet on the NBA. Celtics are winning. Don't hate that. Getting 35%.
Wow.
T-Wolves are getting 30%. It's going to be a close, tight race. Vote, 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 vote. If you're in the TikTok live stream, number 1, tap the screen a bazillion times. Number 2, go over to Book It Sports on Twitch and vote for the squad ride so you can make coins. All right? Let's keep making bread. Why not us?
Is Book It Trent?
Could be.
Is Book It Sports Trent saying sad to see the Celtics?
It's either Trent or Joshy. Our guy Josh,
funny.
the producer in the back. And it's probably him because the Celtics play the Bulls and he's a Chicago guy. So it's definitely Josh.
No, not him.
Oh, it's Trent. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that makes me like the Celtics even more. Vote for the Celtics. Go, 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 go. Push, push, push. Go, go, go. Hurry up. Hurry up. Celtics. I might just switch my vote.
Yeah, I'm not switching my vote.
You're not switching your vote.
What did you vote for the Wolves?
Yeah,
No, I'm still on the Wolves.
Still
But
T-Wolves.
the Celtics are winning right now. This one's going to be tight. Chad, you got like 15 more seconds, if that. So get your fucking votes in. It's a tight race. The Celtics are pulling away, though.
Yeah, they are.
T-Wolves life. T-Wolves late life.
How do I vote? Oh, I got to go watch it on Twitch.
You got to go in the Twitch.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah.
What's UMass got? What percentage of bets?
UMass isn't getting. Actually, UMass is a respectable third place. UMass is a respectable third place. The people I think know that play is so disgusting that's probably going to hit, but nobody actually wants to have that be the winner.
Hitting.
You know,
It's so hitting.
It's hitting. Yep. Wow, it's going to be a close one down to the wire. Get your votes in. Go, 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 go. Wow, Curry's out versus the Pelicans. Okay, that's why the line moves so much. Good to know. Good to know. Our guy Devin Smith on the talk is asking, are these plays going to get posted on Twitter? Sure. Always.
Sure.
You know where to find us. All right. Wow, this is tight. And it's the Celtics. Holy shit.
It is the Celtics.
It's the Celtics -7.
Late ad.
Don't let the Celtics get hot. Don't let them get hot.
True.
I think all it took was Trent coming in and chirping them to get everyone to vote for him. So, Trent, you either just ended the streak or you made it 12-0. So, I'm going to either chirp you or love you tonight. All right, let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. He goes, GG's. Okay. All right, gentlemen, we got 5 minutes. So, let's go back to NFL and finish up the job here. I'm going to go through some of these gross games. We already gave our favorite plays. We got the Bears plus 3.5. Sorry, 4.5. We've got the Cardinals -2, and we've got Cincinnati -7. DeGen, are you going to lay Arizona ML though?
Come on.
Why even ask?
Why even ask? Why mess around with it? Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
All right.
Wait, Jovan, your best bet's the Bear? That's gross. I love it.
I don't know if it's my best bet, but it's one of my favorite. It's competing with Raiders team total coming off.
I was gonna say, what else you like? You like the Raiders TTL, right?
Yeah, I don't know how I want to do that one yet because I do like that, and I do just like the over straight up in the game.
Yeah,
but I don't know the best way to attack it yet. But there's like I was looking deep into kind of the return from London on teams, and it's been a big historical trend, and now it's been even a bigger thing this year at the couple of games. So turning back from London, Jack's defense is going to get torched a little bit, especially coming off a shutout. Their car is going to do the thing.
Probably going to get torched anyways.
I do have something to add on that. Shout out to Pat Hurley, who's probably in the chat, but he came in my space this week and said that there's an angle on teams after the shutout I didn't even really think about. But the Colts this year, after they got shut out by Jacksonville, beat the Chiefs outright the following week. So that makes me lean into what Jovan's saying about the Raiders team total. I don't know that I want to bet the Raiders, but do we see points? I think so. Do we see the Raiders score? I think so. So it makes me like.
I like the over in the game.
Yeah.
So I'm totally fine with isolating the Raiders TTO. Jovan,
Sure.
if you like that better, do you like that better than the over in the game?
It's kind of 1A, 1B for me. I don't know. Looking more into it because I mean, you can look at it. The angle is like the Raiders are the ones who got shut out at the end of the day, and there's the trend that you're riding specifically with targeting defenses returning from London. Like that's their team total thing has been a thing for years, and I've looked into that. And now this year, I mean, with the 4 teams that have come back from London, the team total of the team they're facing has gone 3-1. Mm-hmm. So it's interesting, and like the Jags defense doesn't scare me. Their rush defense is terrible, and the Raiders finally said, "Hey, Josh Jacobs is actually good. We should use him," and it's worked. So
it has worked. He's been a dog. He's been
yeah,
an absolute dog.
but I mean, on the side of the over too, though, like not just the Raiders getting shut out and looking piss poor, but the Jags offense hasn't looked great either. Everybody's starting to be out on T-Law, like I guess rightfully so. He hasn't looked good, and it's continuing to rise. Things at 48 now, so
Yeah,
it's good angles for both of them.
What about the Packers-Lions over?
I think that's a little too popular.
It is pretty
Lions game soar over at home, 49.5. Get right game for Aaron Rodgers, even though he's had like 4 of them already. I think it's a little too popular. I got an over that's nasty. I just want to fit it in before we're done. The Patriots and the Colts. I love matchups on paper where nobody sees points coming from. Kind of started with the first primetime game that went over, Mitch Trubisky and Jacoby Brissett. Nobody said it was possible. It was possible. 39.5 up to 40.5. So money's on it. Tickets look split. I don't believe that. I think everybody's going to be taking this under. All I'm hearing is Bill Belichick masterclass. No Jonathan Taylor. The Colts look a little bit sharp. I think they actually get some points, and I also think that the Patriots do as well. So I like that over.
You know what kind of stood out to me on that? I don't know if you are tapped into the Prize Picks board at the moment, but
no,
there is one singular quarterback that they have up for pass rush and receiving touchdowns. It's 1.5, and it's Mac Jones.
Wow.
Who? Go ahead and look at that chart.
Wow.
We can add that to the fucking card. How about that?
Yeah, I mean, it does include the Bears game where he didn't play the whole game too. But granted, I mean, I don't think anybody is running to take 2 touchdowns from Mac Jones.
They scored 5 field goals last week against the Jets. Nobody's expecting points in this game, so that's my contrarian and slightly sharp favorite play of the weekend.
Yeah.
All right, we have 30 seconds. No better way to end the stream than talk about the Manders really quick. Can I interest any of you in Taylor Heineke +3?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Let's fucking go, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate you coming on here as always. It's time to wrap it up. I think we need to start doing this show for 2 hours on Fridays. We just keep running out of time. That's on me. Okay. Appreciate you guys coming. Let's stay hot. If you missed the BTL squad rides, it is the Celtics -7. Disgusting. It's so disgusting. It just might fucking work. DeGen, as always, appreciate it. Jovan, you're the man. Have a good fucking weekend. Same with you, chat. Let's get some W's going. All right. Yeah. Trent, take us home. All right, Beast. We'll be seeing.